Um, yeah, and then we are back to continue our conversation on what we already started looking at, which is learning a new language as an adult, its pros and cons. Now we're moving to the next session, which is immersion techniques. Whether you went for maybe let me give some background. So if you study a language at a university, let's say University of Ghana, I don't know whether things have changed, but in our time, what happens is that when you get to your third year, you have the privilege of going for something called a year abroad, where you travel to the target language. So if you're studying Chinese, you go to China. If you're studying Spanish, you go to Spain. If you're studying French, you either go to Benin or France. And that opportunity is there available for students who want to do that. And for very excellent students, they also get scholarship. You can go to Cuba. Yeah, yes, yeah, and Benin, and sometimes I think France. I don't know the new year, but yeah, that's
France,
what
you will
we.
not get scholarship.
In our time they used to do. I think they ended with yeah.
Really? Oh my God, I missed it.
In our time, people used to go to France. Like yeah,
I would have gotten that opportunity, guys.
like just three people. I think it was just well, they ended with us. We didn't go. My time,
Oh,
nobody went to France. All the students, the good students, were taken to Benin. I think it's because of the cost involved and all that.
mm,
So yeah, so this is what we are going to talk about, like how these impact us as individuals, and whether you have the opportunity to go or not. Um, I had the opportunity to go, but Miss Hetty didn't get the opportunity to go. So in these circumstances, it doesn't, well, let me choose my words carefully. It all depends on you, the individual. So we're going to actually talk about that in this session, whether you have the opportunity to go and what you do with the opportunity, or whether you don't get the opportunity to go. If you are in any of the University of Ghana, or I think UCC, and then Tech also, they have those
GIL has that great opportunity.
GIL.
Ghana Institute of Languages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're in any of these institutions, yes, get I think this is for you. So just stay glued to this, and then let's talk about what happens when you go. What are the things you're supposed to do when you go, and the things you're not supposed to do when you go? And if you don't even have that opportunity to go, what do you do when you don't have that opportunity? So that's what we'll be talking about. Okay, we don't
Oh.
have enough time. Miss Etty, let's start with you.
Mhm.
You didn't have the opportunity to go, but you have done so well for yourself. What did you do? How did you immerse yourself in the language?
Okay. So, as you rightly say, when we talk about immersion, it's about being in that environment of your target language. So you want to put yourself into the target language, put yourself into their country, be in their environment, be in their culture, be in their speaking, be in their everything. So you want to be a part of the people. That's what we call immersion. And that helps you, the learner, to be able to speak the language, but especially if you go there, you visit the country, now you live with the people, you know how they talk, you learn the pragmatic aspect of the language and all that. So it really, really, really helps if you get the opportunity. But unfortunately for me, and for many, many others, most of us didn't get an opportunity to go. I was ninth on the list of 10 people, and it took 8 people, and I was dropped off. So it was a very painful experience. And the French too, I was seventh on the list, but I didn't go. I decided not to go. So as I didn't go, I had to do something for myself. And that was my own immersion technique. And people come to ask me, so what did you do? My immersion technique was movies. So my personal immersion technique was movies. I stuck to movies. When I came here to the school, one of my professors saw me and said, "You speak so well. Did you ever go to Spain?" And I said, "No, I didn't." "So what did you do?" I told her the same thing, movies. So how does movies help? When you watch movies, first of all, it helps you with culture. You don't know how the people live over there. So let's say I want to go to Spain, or I'm learning the Spanish from Spain, or let's say the Castellano. If I'm learning that, I want to know how the people live. So I go in for a movie from Spain. As I'm watching, I'm getting used to how they live, how they talk. And then that helps me to understand the culture. which I may not get if I just sit in the classroom and learn. So the cultural aspect is one of the most important ways or most important benefits of cultural immersion, which I get in the movie. So as I'm watching the movies, I'm learning their culture. And I think that is very important. Apart from that, I learn the pronunciations because I may not find any native speaker around me. For that's an advantage for those who go because they have native speakers all around them. I don't have. So once I'm watching the movies, I'm listening to them as they are speaking, and then I'm learning the pronunciations. I'm picking their accents subconsciously most of the time. As they speak, sometimes I'll repeat, and that helps me to losing my tongue. I know how, okay, maybe the D, they pronounce it softly, not like verdad, but they say verdad. So I learned all those little things, pronunciations from the movies. And then also grammar. Sometimes if you just take some of the grammatic expressions, like especially subjunctive, you would learn and learn and learn and learn and learn, but you can't produce it. So once you watch the movie, now you see the natural flow, how they speak it naturally, and then your mind just picks it. So I realized that after that, I'm just speaking it, and I realized that I'm just using the subjunctive as if as if it's normal. And then I picked that from the movie. So as I watch, I learn the grammar. I learn that, okay, this one uses this article. And then you just say it without even thinking, okay, so what's that? Is it le or la? Is it el or la? So that is one of the things. And I think I've spoken about culture, I've spoken about grammar, I've spoken about pronunciation, and then vocabulary. Every country has their own vocabs, their own, yeah, those kind of slangs. So let's say Colombian movies like this, they have lots of slangs, Cuban, lots of slang. So the particular movie that you watch, you are putting yourself in the country, you are learning their slangs, you are learning their words. So let's say one day, if finally, I get the opportunity to go, it will be as if I have already lived there before because I know all these things. So for me, that has been my personal immersion technique. It's not to talk about the songs, but the songs don't really, to me, it wasn't really that helpful as compared to the movies. Yeah, so that has been my immersion technique personally.
Interesting. So I also talk about mine.
Mhm.
I should just keep mine for the next session. Uh, yeah, I'll keep mine for the next session.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the time constraints we
Mm.
have, I'll keep mine for the next session. So I want to say thank you so much, Miss Hetty, for telling us about your technique. So whether you're able to go or not, remember language journey is an individual thing. Your language journey, it is your own responsibility. So if you want to learn a language, you have to own it that I have to learn the language. And so in my next session, I'll talk about what happened when I went for Yabra.
Mm.
So yeah, Miss Hetty, tell us a bit about yourself, about your profile, about how we can follow you on social media. Yeah, yes.
Okay,
Let
my
us
name is Henry Tajikum. My name is Henry Tajikum. That's my name. So you want to follow me personally on all social media accounts, that's where you find me. But I'm a language coach, not official, but I want to help language learners to overcome their challenges, just as our sister is doing here, my sister and my friend is doing here, helping language learners to know. That's what I love to do. So I came up with Be Proficient. That's a blog site. So if you log on to beproficient.com, you can find our blog site where we talk about language tips, language techniques, and everything that will help language learners. And apart from that too, we have YouTube. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as Be Proficient. So you can follow us or subscribe to our YouTube channel for content on language learning. And I think that will be very, very helpful to help you to be proficient in your target language. Yes.
you. Thank you so much. So yes, let's be proficient in the language we are learning. And also if you want to have a class, maybe you go like, okay, I want to learn a new language. I want to learn French, I want to learn Spanish, I want to learn a local language, Akan, Ga, Ewe, whatever. Just go to our page. In fact, I'm going to leave a link, a registration link in this channel. You can register with us. We have a monthly class, and then we also have private class. Just send us a message or fill the form. We'll send you a message, and then let's start. Get to learn a new language. We've talked about the advantages. Don't be left out. Yeah. So this is where we're going to bring our session. It's just so short, but don't worry. Another one is coming shortly. Thank you so much, Miss Hetty, for this session.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
We'll follow you on your social media handles and all that. Thank you. And this is where we're going to end. Sadly, we're going to end here. Thank you, audience, for also listening. If you have any comments or questions, just put it in the comment section. We will see you in our next session. Until then, bye.